algorithm. So, so the same thing, the same thing you can check it in the slides also. Mm, so here we are given two positions. So there is one point at 3 comma 2 and there is one more point at 9 comma 6. That means uh, so one point is at 3 comma 2. X position is 3, Y position is 2, and the other one is 9 comma 6. So X 9, Y will be 6. So here on approximately here it will be there. So these are the 2 points. So along this points, the pixel position will be calculated to generate the line. So that is how um, the line will be generated. So in order to generate this line, you should know some basics. You should know some basics. So what are those basics means? So first thing is you should know about you should know about um, the line equation. You should know about the line equation. So basically, the line equation is given by you would have studied in the mathematics in the 12th maths. So equation of a line is given by y is equal to mx plus c. So this is the line equation. So this is the line equation. So this will be the line equation. So here you should know about what is what is y, what is m, what is x, and what is c. So y is nothing but the y coordinate, and x is nothing but the x coordinate. That is like mm, so this will be the x coordinate, and this will be the y coordinate. So here, what is m means? M is a slope. M will be slope, and c will be intercept. So here, for example, I told you that if two endpoints are given, are given for a line, if two endpoints are given, so this you can take it as x naught, comma y naught, and this you can take it as x1, comma y1. So this is the starting point of the line. This is the ending point of the line. So now for this, how do you calculate slope? So if you're taking this as x naught and x1 y1, so for this how do you calculate the slope? So the slope equation is given by slope m is equal to difference in y coordinate minus difference in x coordinate. So it is like y by x. So here difference in y is given by y1 minus y0, x1 minus x0. So this will give you the value of the slope. So this is how the slope needs to be calculated. If you take it as, see, here I'm considering the positions as x naught comma y naught and x1 comma y1. So that's why the difference between y and difference between x. So if I take this as x0 comma y0 and this end of the line x end comma y end, then the slope will be m is equal to end point of y minus y naught by x end minus x naught. So we'll study about this later. So the difference, so you should know how to calculate the slope. It is given by difference between the y value and difference between the x value. So how to calculate the intercept means, intercept what I've taken c as the intercept. C is equal to so y. So c is equal to, so if I take as an initial position, if I take the equation as y naught is equal to m into x naught plus c. So how to calculate intercept for this? C is equal to c. This I'm moving it on the right hand side. So by mathematics, you should know that the positive will become negative. C is equal to y naught minus m into x naught. So this is the equation to calculate the intercept. So all these two equations, we have derived it from the simple thing called the straight line equation. From the straight line equation itself, we are deriving the slope, we are deriving the intercept. So, for example, if there is a small change, 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 if there is a small change along x interval, if there is a small change along x interval, means how the equations will change. So, like for example, it is changing like this. The small change along x interval. So the small change we can take it as delta x. So if there is a small change in delta x, from the equation you will get to know that a small change in x will also result in a small change in y also, because y is dependent on the x value and the slope value. So a small change, so for a given x, if there is a small change in x interval, if there is a small change along the x interval, so what happens, the value of y will also change. So the refined equation will be like, if there is a small change, if there is a small, so this will take it as small change, a small change along x interval, small change along x interval. So small change along x interval is represented by delta x. So if we are taking that, then the equation will be small change in y is equal to, so, I think I've written the symbol of triangle. I think this is delta. So that is one way of representing delta, or you can write it in, you can write like this also, delta. So I'll go with this representation for delta. So I'm taking so I'll just go with 1 second. I'll just increase the size. Once again, I'll just check this options since I'm new to this white pad. Just give me a minute. I'll just increase the size. Okay. Okay. So now it is toggling between. Okay. Yes. So now I was talking about the change in x, right? So we'll consider delta for that. So we'll consider delta as a representation. So now, if there is a small change in x value, if there is a small change in x value, we'll take it as delta x. So delta x indicates small change along x interval. So from this equation, you should know that any changes in x will also result in changes to y. So how do you represent that? So there is a small change, there is a small increment in x value, so that will result in the change in y value also. So that we can write it as the small change in y is equal to m into delta x. So this is also one of the equations. This also you can take it as one of the equations. Similarly, similarly, if there is a small change, if there is a small change, if there is a small change in y. So if there is a small change in y, if there is a small, see this one was regarding, um, if there is a small change in x, you are calculating the small change in y. If there is a small change in y, how do you calculate? How do you calculate x? So you know that y is equal to mx. So delta y is equal to m into delta x. So small change in y. So how the x will change means this you have to shift it to the denominator. So the equation will be like delta x is equal to delta y by m. So this is how we'll calculate the small change in, whenever the small value of y changes, how do you calculate the corresponding change in x? So these These equations are helpful in determining how the value of x and y changes along the line. So is this point clear? So is this clear? Any doubts with respect to this? Any doubts with respect to these equations? Any doubts with respect to this equation? Yes or no? You just tell me no whether this equations is clear or not. Any doubts? So if you don't have any doubts, I will only just pick and ask. Darshan, Amulya.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, from this 5 points, 5 equations, like 5 equations, you should know some 5 equations. So what are those? So I'll just write those 5 equations. Just clear the canvas. Okay. So 5 equations. What are the 5 equations? So first one is y is equal to mx plus c. After this, how to calculate slope? Slope is given by difference in y, my difference in x. So this I will generalize this. This I will generalize. I'll write the generalize. I'll generalize this. How to do that means, see, for example, I'll take equations like if it is xk comma yk, one point, the next point I will take it as xk plus 1 comma yk plus 1. So for this, what will be the slope equation? For this, what will be the slope equation? So I'm generalizing this. M is equal to difference in y minus difference in x. That is y of k plus 1 minus y of k by x of k plus 1 minus xk. So this is how you need to find out the slope thing. This is how you should find the slope equation. Is it clear? This is how you should find the slope equation. So after this, uh, intercept. How do you calculate the intercept? C is equal to y minus mx. C is equal to y minus mx, intercept equation. After that, how to calculate the change in y? So delta y is equal to m into delta x, and delta x is equal to delta y by m. So these are the 5 equations which we derived on the basis of straight line. So see, this will act as a this will act as a base for the next algorithm which we are studying. So now m value. So m value is there, no, this equation. So this equation is there, no, one second equation. So this m value will decide how the value of x and y will change. Like the slope magnitude for the lines, the slope magnitude is determined by m. So 3 cases will be possible. So the m can be less than 1, m can be greater than 1, and m can be equal to 1. So 3 cases are there. So um, whenever so 3 cases will be there. M can be greater than 1, m can be less than 1, and m can be equal to 1. When m is less than 1, so this delta x, so this delta x is there, no, it will be it can be, this delta x can be set to small horizontal deflection voltage, uh, such that um, there will be corresponding um, uh, vertical deflection with respect to the y. So if you're changing the value of delta x in small increments, the same thing will get reflected along um, the y also. So that means like when the value of m is less than 1, you can set this delta x proportional to a small horizontal deflection, such that it is proportional to the delta y. The same thing. So whenever m is greater than y, whenever m is greater than y means you will set delta y. You will set delta y to small vertical deflection voltage, such that it is proportional to the delta x. So m less than y means you will set the x delta x for the small changes, and if m is greater than y means you will set delta y such that it will correspond such that it will be proportional to delta x. If m is equal to 1 means both delta x and delta y will be equal. So delta x and delta y will be equal. So um, so this is how the process works. This is how the process is being um, followed in line what do we call this line algorithm, line generation, or the line drawing algorithm. So here the value of m, here the value of slope will decide, the changes. So and also um, so if m is less than 1, delta x can be set proportional to a small horizontal deflection voltage, such that it will such that the corresponding deflection voltage can be set proportional to delta y. So you just need to understand, if m is less than y, make sure that you'll set delta x such that it is proportional to delta y. If m is greater than 1, you set delta y such that it will be proportional to delta x. If both m and like if m is equal to 1, you should like both the voltages will be equal, like both horizontal deflection and vertical deflection will be equal. So this is regarding the line drawing algorithm. So in this we will study one specific algorithm. In this we'll study one specific algorithm. In this we'll study one specific algorithm, which we will call it as DDA. So there is one algorithm for generating the lines. We'll call it as DDA. What does DDA means? Digital differential analyzer. Digital differential analyzer. So we'll take one equation of a line. Just take one equation of a line. I'll call it as x0, y0, x1, y1. So what it will do? So here it is a scan conversion algorithm. It's a scan conversion line algorithm, which is calculated based on delta x and delta y. So by calculating this delta x or delta y, this line will be generated. So how it is generated means a line will be sampled in terms of unit intervals. So it will be calculated in terms of unit intervals. For example, see, it is a screen. Okay, so this is a computer screen. It's a collection of pixels. The computer screen is a collection of pixels. So this is along x direction. This will be along y direction. So here the increment will be in terms of 1 unit only. This is 1 unit interval. 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 So x is changing along the x-axis. The increment will be in terms of 1. Along y-axis also the increment will be in terms of y. That means x will move along unit interval. Y will also move along unit interval because the screen is a collection of pixels. So the each pixels are arranged like this. So um, here in along the x direction also, along the y direction also, like it will move along unit interval. So if you are consider, what you will do means you will consider x. If you are considering x as moving in unit interval, then you will find the corresponding y value. So if you consider y as moving in unit interval, you will calculate the corresponding x value. So that means in simple words, first you will first you will check the positions of x0, y0, x1, y1. After that, you will calculate the slope. You will calculate the slope of this line. So once the slope is calculated, you will decide whether to move in x coordinates or whether to move in y coordinate. Based on the slope value, you'll decide whether to move in x coordinate or whether to move in y coordinate. If you are moving in x coordinate, so it will be in terms of unit interval and you will find the corresponding y value. So if you are moving along y direction, it will be in unit interval and you will find the corresponding x value. So for example, what is this unit interval in the sense? For example, I will take the initial position as 0, comma 0. If I take the 0, comma 0, so if I'm moving x in unit interval means the first value of x will be 0. Next will be plus 1. After that 2, 3, 4. So for this 0, what is the y value I'm getting? For this 1, what is the y value I'm getting? For this 2, what is the um y value I'm getting? So that I'm calculating. So that means x is moving in terms of unit interval means its value will get increased by plus 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. If y is moving along unit interval means again the same thing. If y is starting at 5, so y is equal to 5, 6, 7, 8. For this 5, 6, 7, 8, what is the corresponding x value that should be calculated? So that is how this DDA algorithm works. So we'll check about that. So first thing is it is a scan conversion line algorithm where the values is calculated based on either delta x or delta y. So here the line will be sampled at unit intervals in one coordinate. Either it might be x coordinate or y coordinate, and the corresponding integer value will be calculated. So if you are moving in x direction, you are sampling the x coordinate and you are finding the corresponding y value. And if you are moving in y direction, um, you will find out the corresponding x coordinate where the y will be moving in unit interval. So how do you decide whether you want to move in x direction or whether you want to move in y direction? How do you decide means that is decided by calculating the slope. The slope will decide whether you want to move in x direction or whether you want to move in y direction. Okay, so that is how. So already you know that slope. What is the slope? Slope is given by the difference between y coordinates and the difference between x coordinates. So in the previously when I was explaining, I just gave you a general general equation. So here um, I'll explain this. So some points are there. So these are some points on the screen. So if this is x naught, this will be x1, this will be x2, this will be x3. So if this is y0, this will be y1, so this will be y2. So usually the origin will start at this point of time. I'm just taking the top of the screen as the origin. So y0, y1, y2, y3, they are moving along unit intervals the same way. So if I take it as xk means xk can, if you take xk as 0, x of k plus 1 means x1, x of k plus 2 means x2, like that. If I take yk means it is y0, y of k plus 1 means y1. So now using this, by considering this, we will calculate. I'll give a general slope formula. I'll just give a general slope formula. So initially, um, I told you that slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So now m is equal to, I'll take this as k plus 1. So I will take y1 as k. So if I take y1 as k, and that means I'm replacing y1 with k means y1 will become yk. So y2 means it is similar to y of k plus 1. That's all. So because I've taken y1 as yk, it is like k is equal to 1. Then if you want to find 2 means it will be like k plus 1. So the slope equation will become y of k plus 1 minus yk by x of k plus 1 minus xk. So that is the difference between, so that is the difference between the final end point minus the previous one. For example, if I take 2 points, the slope will be the difference between this point and this point. So if this can be x0, this can be x1. So it is like x1 minus x0. So that is what the general equation I've just given. So is this line clear, or any doubt with respect to this difference between the slope values? So because here in this algorithm, everything we are representing in terms of xk and yk. So that's why we just wanted to be sure. Is that line clear? Yes or no? Charan, Anjali Singh? Yes or no? Aniket?
Yes, sir.
So, see, that is just the line equation. That is the line equation which I gave, no? So now we will decide the three cases. So here also three cases will come. That will decide the movement, right? So if m can be greater than 1, m can be less than 1, or m can be equal to 1. So if m is greater than 1, you will move in x direction. Like x will change in unit interval. X will change in unit interval. If m is less than 1 means y will move in unit interval. For example, if the starting value of x was 0, it will be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for this, you will find the corresponding y value. For example, if y in unit interval means if the value of y was 4, so you'll start with 4, comma 5, comma 6, 7, till you find the end point of the line. So and for that corresponding x value you will find. So if m is equal to 1 means both x and y will move in unit direction. We'll solve the problem. But as of now, you should know this. So now x m greater than 1, it will move in x interval. Like x will move in unit interval. So so I'll just clear this part. So three cases are the DDA. We know that DDA. We know that m is equal to y of k plus 1 minus yk by x of k plus 1 minus xk. Three cases. Case 1, case 2, case 3. How these cases are decided? Based on m value. Case 1, m less than 1, greater than 1, equal to 1. So less than 1. If it is less than 1 means I want to move in I want to move x in unit interval. M greater than 1, I want to move in y in unit interval. Here x and y in unit interval. So m is equal to, we know that y of k plus 1 minus yk by uh, x of k plus 1 minus xk. So here x is moving in unit interval. In this scenario, x is moving in unit interval. That means I told you that pixel will be arranged like this. This is 0, 1, 2, like that. Na? So this will be xk. This will be k plus 1. So this will be k plus 2. So now, what is the difference between them? Only 1. What is the difference between them? 1. So that is, it is moving with an increment of 1 value. So you can write x of k plus 1 as x of k plus 1, because the difference between these two is only 1, 0, 0. So this 0, 1, 2. The value, see, the difference between any two pixel will be 1. So if I take this as 0, 1, 2, if I want to represent x1 means how I can write? x1 is equal to x0 plus 1. If I want to represent x2 means I can write x2 is equal to x1 plus 1. So the same way x of k plus 1 can be written as x of k plus 1. If I take this as the previous bit is xk plus 1 because the difference is only unit. You are getting this point? Yes or no? Yes, no. See, unmute yourself and you just tell, otherwise I want to switch to that screen and check the message. You're getting this point? So why I wrote x of k plus 1 is equal to xk plus 1? Because here the difference between the pixels is only 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, value 1. So I can write it as x of k plus 1 is equal to x of k plus 1, because this, if I take it as k, this will be k plus 1, this will be k plus 2, this will be k plus 3. So x of k plus 1 is equal to the previous bit plus 1. X of k plus 2 will be the previous one plus 1. The previous pixel value plus 1. So x of k plus 1, I can write it as the previous pixel value plus 1. Yes or no? Guys, come on. See, this algorithm is there in the first lab program. So you're getting this point. So unmute your audio and you'll just tell me whether you got this point or not. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Math is involved in this. So now I can write x of k plus 1 as xk plus 1. So I can write x of k plus 1 as previous pixel plus 1. So I'll substitute this here. So what it will become? So y of, I'll substitute here. So if I substitute here, it will be like m is equal to y of k plus 1 minus yk by xk plus 1 will be replaced with this value, xk plus 1 minus xk. So now this and this will get cancelled. So m will become y of k plus 1 minus yk. This will be the slope equation. This will be the slope value. So the m is equal to um, yk minus y1. But we want to find the next pixel position. So that is x of k plus 1. So x of k plus 1 is equal to, sorry, y of k plus 1 is equal to m plus yk. Or if I rearrange these terms, it can be like y of k plus 1 is equal to yk plus m. So that means whenever you are moving the x in unit interval, the value of y will change with the value of the slope. So this is one equation. So this is one equation. So this is one equation. This is one equation. So we'll just this is one equation. So we'll just write the final equation. We'll just write the final equation. So when x is moving along the unit direction, what is the y which we got? Y of k plus 1 is equal to yk plus m. So now the same thing we'll check for. Now the same thing we'll check for the other equation. Now the same thing we'll check for the other equation, the second one. So next, y is moving in unit direction. So now here m will be equal to y of k plus 1 minus yk by x of k plus 1 minus xk. But now y is unit direction. So y of k plus 1. So y of k plus 1 is equal to previous pixel plus 1. So this will become y of k plus 1 minus yk divided by x of k plus 1 minus xk. So this and this will get cancelled. So m will become 1 by x of k plus 1 minus xk. So so now so now see, now is this point clear? Is this point clear? So now here the y is getting cancelled. So I want to simplify this further. So what I will do means I'll multiply this with slope. So it will become m into x of k plus 1 minus xk is equal to 1. Now again I will shift this to denominator. x of k plus 1 minus xk will be equal to 1 by m. After that, I want to find x of k plus 1, so I just shift this to right hand side. So x of k plus 1 will be equal to 1 by m plus xk. So this is maths, that's all. There is nothing in that. If you know 12th maths, you can easily solve. So now for if y is moving along the x direction, what is the k value? X of k plus 1 is equal to 1 by m plus xk. Is this point clear? So if I rearrange the term, it will be x of k plus 1 is equal to xk plus 1 over m. So this is the equation. Sorry. So this is the equation. So see, right, till now we are studying only the maths thing, but we'll solve the problem. Once we solve the problem, we'll understand why we were studying this. So now when so you for the third case you can check m is equal to y of k plus 1 minus yk by x of k plus 1 minus xk. Both x and y will move in coordinates, no? So y of k will be k plus 1 will become y of k plus 1 minus yk, and x will become x of k plus 1 minus xk. I'm not explaining here because the previously which we have learned now. So this and this will cancel, and this, so m will become 1. That means um, it is moving in both the values will move in unit directions. So now we'll solve one problem. Now if we solve the problem, we'll understand this better. We'll solve the problem so that you will understand this one better. So so here we are making one assumption. The assumption is that this is the starting point of the line and this is the ending point of the line, and we are processing from left hand side of the line to the right hand side of the line. So this is like, if this is 0 comma 0 and this is some 5 comma 4, so we are starting from 0 comma 0, and we are calculating the nearest pixels along this line till we reach 5 comma 4. So now let's solve the problem. We will solve the problem so that you will understand that. So before solving the problem, I'll just write the equations here so that you will understand this. A less than 1 means x should be taken in unit interval. So case 2, m greater than 1, y will be in unit interval, and the formula is the formula will be, what is the formula? X of k plus 1 is equal to xk plus 1 over m. So I'll just erase this part. Just erase this. Okay. So now we'll calculate. Now you'll realize the importance of this DDA algorithm. So till now we studied the equation. Now we'll talk about the actual working. So I'll just draw a line. Um, x-intercept and y-intercept. So so what is x-intercept? What is x-intercept here? So x-intercept is given here. X-intercept, y-intercept. So now I need some points. Now I need some points. So we'll take some examples. So we'll take some two random points. We'll take some random points. We'll take one point as 0 comma 0. We'll take one point as 0 comma 0. This will be at the origin, but I'm writing here, and another point as some 4 comma 5. We'll take it as 2 points, 0 comma 0 and 4 comma 5. So now how the algorithm will work means, what is the initial value of x here? In our problem, x naught is 0, y naught is 0, and what is x end? X end is 4 and y end is I'll write it as y end is 5. Now the first thing is I should calculate and see how the line will means. First it will know the end point. Between the end point it will start constructing the pixels from starting point of the line to the ending point of the line. So now I've found out the initial position and final position. The first thing is I should find the slope. How to find the slope? M is equal to difference in y, 5 minus 0, 5 minus 0 by difference in x, 4 minus 0. So it will be 5 by 4. Once if I take 5 by 4, what will be the output? 1.25. Now what is the m value? M value, is it less than 1 or is it greater than 1? Is the m value less than 1 or greater than 1? See whether you are listening to this or what. See,
Greater than 1.
greater than 1. Okay, see, initial point, final point. I'm finding the slope for this line. So m value is 0. M value is 5 minus 0 by 4 minus 0. So I'll get 1.25. So m is greater than 1. So m is greater than 1 means you should consider case 1. So case 1, what will be the scenario? X will move in unit interval. X will move in unit interval and y will move in, y will get the corresponding value. So now x, y. Now for this x, y, what will be the plot? What will be the plot of the graph? X plot, y plot, then x comma y position. So x initially, what is the initial position of x? 0. What was the initial position of y? 0. So in the x plot also 0, 0, 0 comma 0. So after this, now we have calculated the value of m, which we got it as greater than 0. X will move along the unit interval. So unit interval in the sense, um, you have to add plus 1. So x will become plus 1. So I'll write it somewhere. X is equal to 1 now. So now you have to find out y of k plus 1. Now you have to find out y of k plus 1. So what is the formula to find out y of k plus 1? So y of k plus 1 is equal to, so y of k plus 1, so where is that formula? Y of when x is incremented by 1, you have to find the value of y. So what is the formula which I have given? Y of k plus 1 is equal to y of k plus m. So now you just replace, y1. So this is x0, y0. This will be x1, y1. So now, um, now it is, since it is moving in xk. No, now let's calculate. I'll just erase this part where I should. See, I'll just write it separately so that it will be easy for us to calculate this problem. I'll just erase this. Just write the formulas once again. Otherwise, it will be confusing for solving the problem. So I'll just write the cases here. Case 1, m greater than 0. Sorry, m greater than y. M greater than 1 means y interval. And what was the formula? X of k plus 1 should be equal to xk plus 1 over m. M less than 1 means x interval. Then what was the formula? Yk plus 1 is equal to yk plus m. This is case 2. Case 3, m equal to 1. So I gave an example of 0, 0, 0, and what was the example I gave? 5, right? 4, 5, or which one I gave as an example? 4, 5, or okay, 4, 5, right? The slope was greater than 1. 4, 5. So now x0 0, y0 0, x1, that means the final one, x end point is 4, y end point is 5. So first is m is equal to 5 minus 0 by 4 minus 0. It will be 5 by 4, which will be 1.25. So m is greater than 1. So m is greater than 1 means it is moving in, the y will move in. See, actually, I think in the I written it as x interval, I think. So no, if m is greater than 1 means it will move along, that y will increment in unit interval and will calculate the value of x. I think that I written the cases at reversed. I think m greater than 1 and less than 1. Sorry. So it will move in, if m is greater than 1 means we'll go to this case 1. So m greater than 1. So x plot y x1, x plot y plot, then x comma y. So initially x will be 0, y will be 0. So 0 0, and x comma y will also be 0. After this, the value of y will increment by 1. So y will become 1. So xk you have to calculate from here, x of k plus 1. So x of k plus 1 is equal to xk plus 1 by m. So x of k plus 1 means here x1, k will be 0. So x1 is equal to x0. So what was x0? The previous value, 0 plus 1 by m. So 1 by 1.25. So what is 1 by 1.25? Can anyone calculate using calculator? 1 by 1.25. 0 plus. What is the answer? 1 by 1.25. See, respond, right? 1 divided by 1.8. So 0.8. So for this value of y, you are incremented in 1. You are getting it as 0.8. You are getting it as 0.8. But 0.8 cannot be represented. But 0.8 cannot be represented in a pixel format. You have to convert it to nearest integer. So it will be 0.8 will be rounded off to 1. 0.8 will be rounded off to 1, and the value of y was 1 only. So 1 comma 1. So if the value is less than 0.5 means it will be rounded to 0. Less than 0.5 means, if it is greater than 0.5 means it will be 1. So now you calculated x1 y1. After that, the value of y will become 2. Once the value of y becomes 2, the same formula x2 is equal to x1. What was the previous value of x1? 0.8 plus the slope value 0.8. So 0.8 and 0.8 will become 1.6. So 1.6 will be converted to 2. The value of y will be 2. After that, y will increment to 3. So again, x3 will be previous value. What is the previous value of x? 1.6. 1.6 plus 0.8. 1.6 plus 0.8 will be 2.4. So 2.4, whenever you are rounding it off, it will become 2. And the value of x will be 3. So 1.2.4. And after x4, how do you calculate x4? x4 will be previous value of x3 is 2.4 plus 0.8. So it will be 3.2. So 3.2 will be rounded off to 3. After that, x5 previous value of x will be previous value of x. What is previous value of x? Previous value of x is 3.2 plus slope value 0.8. So it will be 4. So 4, 5. So the plot will be 4, 5. So these are the points on the screen: 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So once we reach the final points, because the initial position was 0, 0, and the final position was 4, 5, we will stop plotting. So this is the working of DDA line algorithm. We'll start with a few more examples in the next classes. 1, 2, 3 scenarios, all the 3 cases we'll check and we'll implement them. So how it is working means initially 0, 0, 1, 1 plot. After that 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Again at the same position of 2, slightly higher 2, 3. Then 3, 3 and 4, 5. Again 4, 1 second. 4, 5. So this is how the line will be generated. You're getting this point. See the problem, the same problem we'll check in another class also. We will consider 3 more cases: m greater than 1 and m less than 1 and m equal to 1. Like I told you, right? Like there was some mistake. Like I had to just reverse the 2 cases: m greater than 1 and m less than 1. You just check it out once. When the value of m is greater than, you have to move along y increment, and when the value of m is less than 1, you have to move along x increment. The formula and all, the derivation is correct, but the only thing is like the case was reversed. Like I just confused with m less than 1 and m greater than 1. But the plotting and all is this problem is like this is how the problem will work. We'll check 3 more cases work. We'll check for m greater than 1, m less than 1 and m equal to 1. Whether you got this concept, how the line will be plotted? Any doubts? So here these 2 things are important. This formula, if you know this formula, you can calculate, you can generate this table. So the formula is a must to generate this table. Any doubts whether you're able to get this point, the working of this problem? So I'll just show this. See how the line will be plotted. I'll just see. This was the starting point 3, 2, and this was the ending point. So in between these two, each pixels will be calculated. So that is how the line drawing algorithm will work. It will calculate the nearest pixel position between the starting point of the line and ending point of the line. So the formula for this is m is given by difference in y by difference in x. So that is y1 minus y0 by x1 minus x0, and intercept difference that is y minus m into x0. See, as for the intercept, I taken c. See, intercept is a constant. You can take any constant value, either b or c, anything as per your convenience. So after that, calculation of a slope. The calculation of a slope by given 0, 0 and 5, 4, right? The difference between y value and difference between x value. Here we have taken the value of b and y as 125, 96, and a and y as 23, 41. So the difference you're calculating, the difference between the y coordinates and the difference between x coordinate, and you're getting the value of slope as 0.5. So this differential algorithm. So 3 cases will first we have to calculate the slope. Once you calculate the slope, 3 cases will come: m greater than 1, less than 1, equal to 1. So m less than 1 means you have to move along x increment. You have to move along x increment and compute y. And if m is greater than y means you have to move along y increments and you have to compute x. So that this one should be clear. Like sometimes you'll get confused, m greater than 1 and m less than 1. If this is clear, less than 1 means which will increment, and greater than 1 means which will increment. If you know that, you can easily solve this. And m equal to 1 means both the things will be generated. So these are the equations. Initially x will be x0 and y will x0. So after that, m less than 1 means x will move in pointwise, and you have to calculate the corresponding y value. So see, x is starting with 0. After that, 0 plus 1. After that, x plus 1. So that is x will be x0. Then x0 plus 1. X plus 1. It is moving in unit interval of 1. For that corresponding y value, you are calculating. Y is equal to y0. Like that, you are calculating. So if it is m greater than 1, y will move in unit interval. See, y0, y is equal to y0, then y0 plus 1, y0, y plus 1. For that corresponding x value, that is x1 is equal to x0 plus 1 by m, x2 is equal to x1 plus 1 by m, x3 is equal to x2 plus 1 by m. So why we are using, we'll check this. So in tomorrow's class, we'll solve the problems for the 3 cases: m less than 1, m greater than 1, and m equal to 1. Is this part clear? Is Any doubts in DDA? So one thing is you should know how to calculate the slope. Once the calculation of slope is done, you should know how to move. Like greater than 1, which thing? Less than 1, which axis? And if it is equal to 1, which axis? So if you are clear with that, we can solve the problems. Any doubt here? So this process will be repeated till you meet the end of the line. You'll start with the beginning point of the line. So till you meet the end of the line, the process will be repeated. So for example, here I started with 0, 0, and I repeated the process till I find the end of the line, because the end of the line was given as 4, 5. So that is where initial point was 0, 0, and final point was 4, 5. So any doubt here? Any doubt with respect to this? Yes or no? Whether you are following this or not? So this is one of the important concepts. In computer graphics, you might expect a question also. You might expect a question. So solve the problem. So that is what you just practice the problem for 3 different cases. Actually, first 2 cases are only thing. The last case, you just increment it by 1. So there is no much solving in the third case. But for case 1 and case 2, you have to solve that. So we'll check. We'll in the tomorrow's class. We'll just solve the problem for the 2 cases. So some 2 to 3 examples we'll take and we'll solve them. So okay, I'll stop the class now. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. See, only Charan and Amulya will be responding. So I want all the others in the class to respond. So almost we are at the end of the first module. So you should be interactive. So remaining we'll see in the tomorrow's classes.